So last night I was thinking about this case in Idaho, these four college students who were murdered in their sleep. And I watched a lot of true crime channels touching on the topic. And one of them I really like, it's a crime channel. That's the name of it, It's a Crime. And her name's Linda, and the host of the channel. She goes through some great detail of timelines, how things went down, the evidence that is public now, stuff like that. There are 3 different levels of this home that these murders took place in, and I'm really focusing on who this perpetrator could be based off of what we know and where this all happened. 2 of the roommates live on the first floor, the basement level, and those 2 roommates were out and about in Moscow doing the Saturday night crawl, basically. Those are the 2 roommates that were unaffected by this. Well, I shouldn't say unaffected because I'm pretty sure they're ripped up. Emotionally, they're probably just tearing themselves up. But they were not touched by the perpetrator. Those 2 got home around 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. The other 4 arrived home just before 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. So there's a 1-hour period there before everyone was home. There's a few phone calls made by to the girls, Kaylee and Maddie. Some phone calls were made to Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. The police believe that the murders took place between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. So shortly after the phone calls were made, bad things started happening in the household. 1 male and 3 females were murdered in separate parts of the home. 3-level home again. The top level, Kaylee and Maddie were murdered, attacked, and on the second floor, a boyfriend, girlfriend were murdered as well and attacked. About 12 o'clock Sunday afternoon is when the 2 surviving roommates realized there's something wrong. They called in for help. They got some friends. The police were eventually called, and here we are. So just really in brief, without getting into great detail about what's going on with that, I strongly recommend if you're interested in more information, if you don't have it already, to go to It's a Crime channel. I don't specialize in true crime. I specialize on this channel about exploring and seeing things and trying to speculate on what I'm seeing, what they could have been used for, stuff like that. I can lend my skills in that area to what's going on with this case. Not to try and solve the case, but to add some more perspective on what I think could have been going through the person's mind, the perpetrator's mind. There's some speculation that the perpetrator could have been casing the joint. I think that person was targeting 1 or more of the members of that home. I think that based off what I've heard, I believe it started on the 3rd floor. The perpetrator moved to the 2nd floor, ran into something, probably, or someone, and probably the male, or possibly the female. There's reports a little bit out there that she sustained defensive wounds. Based on what I've heard, it sounds like she may have run into him, or the perpetrator, him or her, leaving from the 3rd floor, coming down the stairs, probably. I don't know. They were all murdered either on the bed or near the bed. And I'm thinking the boyfriend of Xana's was still in bed. And that's how that all went down. She and her boyfriend were murdered after that. I mean, why leave a witness to the crime, you know? Now the motivation is a little beyond me. I don't know what that motivation would have been to murder the 2 girls on the 3rd floor. There may have been some kind of interaction with the perpetrator and 1 or both of the women upstairs, the females upstairs on the 3rd floor, leading to this to happen. Who knows? I think the murders on the 2nd floor were out of a necessity by the perpetrator to cover up his tracks, because there was a witness now. Someone saw a person coming down from upstairs, could have given a description. I don't have any information regarding Apparently there's locks on every one of the doors inside. I don't know if those doors remained open if the occupants were home. Who knows? But, or when the occupants left, did they all close their doors? Did the perpetrator have access to those rooms? Who knows? That's my speculation in a nutshell. I think the perpetrator probably knew all 4 of these victims, so. It seems like the 2 girls upstairs, Maddie and Kaylee, were very close. There is indication that one of them was targeted. Kaylee had a lot more damage than Maddie. Who knows? Jealous rage. It could have been that. It could have been that. Especially if those 2 girls were inseparable, like they were that night. If they were like that during the day or in the past week, when they were out and about, maybe flirting with guys, maybe a guy made a pass at one of them, or maybe both. I don't know. And was rejected brutally. That could cause some retaliation. And if you're the wrong guy, that fuse is lit. They will be, calculating, and they will, I'm gonna teach these girls a lesson, kind of bullshit. Retaliation's a bad thing. Hate is bad. Hate is bad. A lot of people don't understand or guys don't understand that you put yourself out there, you're vulnerable, and you can be, you can be hurt. These 2 girls were pretty, young, pretty girls in college. Guy has the guts to walk up to one or both of them, and to get rejected is, it hurts. Brutal crime. I mean, so I'm trying to keep it out there. I'm trying to keep it front and center, trying to help the father out who was a little upset about the media leaving. I'm trying to do what I can on this channel. I don't cover this a lot, true crime stuff, once in a blue moon now, There's not a lot I can do from down here. It's a long ways away from me, into an area that's just brutally cold right now. Idaho. And again, just to recap, I think I believe it started on the 3rd floor. Perpetrator or perpetrators left. They had to leave from the 2nd floor, so I think they were spotted at that point, and that's when the other 2 were murdered. And their girlfriend on the 2nd floor did seem, there's talk about her putting up a fight, defensive wounds, probably cuts on the arm or something, or bruises on the arm. Before a fatal blow, which tells me it's probably a hunter or someone with fighting skills, maybe someone who has martial arts experience. There's rumors about, not rumors, but there's speculation that could have been someone from the ROTC on campus. I don't know.